Ready? Okay. I don't think that there's a better way to immerse yourself and to learn about sustainable ethics and how to live sustainably and with less than to immerse yourself somewhere where you have no other choice than to live sustainably, where you have no other choice but to live completely organically and naturally. And every single day is not like you're going to a class and you go and sit in a classroom for an hour and write something down. It's your life. And that's why coming to Villas, I lived it for 4 months. For 4 months, all I did was every single day live completely different than I did the United States, but it's the hardest and most beneficial thing I think I've ever done in my life. Between the hydroponic system that I helped build to every building that I helped construct, from natural wood and resources to the compost toilet, and the cycle of life and how it went from this huge global cycle to how it went to this small circle. Everything goes into this small circle where you have the animals pooping and you use their poop to fertilize the plants, and then we eat the plants, and then we poop into the compost toilet, and it goes right back into the same cycle. And it's something that you can see. You can visualize where your food comes from. You can visualize permaculture. It's not just going to the grocery store. It's seeing it every single day. Everything is natural. Everything that I put on me is completely natural because it's going right from the shower drain back into the earth, so I have to make sure I'm not contaminating the earth as well as not contaminating my body. I have to make sure that everything I'm putting in my body is all natural, and I know that because I grow it every day. I see what I do. I turn a compost every single day for a month, and then that compost gets put onto the plants, and then a month later I can have that plant in my salad. So I see the hard work that comes through it. I sit in the bathroom and I look around and I know that it took 3 days straight to build that, and I can see just everything is so much more satisfying. It's so much more satisfying to sit down to a meal that I cooked after I worked for 3 hours in the field in the sun. And it's crazy to see that people can live with so much less, but they're so much happier than a lot of my friends back home. They have less, but they appreciate what they have. And I don't think that a lot of people my age really do appreciate what they have. I think that a lot of people my age just kind of take for granted. And I think that I took for granted a lot of things. So I'm not saying that everybody that comes here really knows what they're getting into, but I think when you leave, you know what you got from it, which is a lot more than I ever thought I would. I came here to learn a little about sustainable farming, and I'm just a lot more of a calmer person. I'm not always trying to find something to do. I really value life being slow and appreciating life and actually knowing what Pura Vida means, which I think is really big. I think that's a really cool thing to really realize, that people take Pura Vida and pure life, and every single day is pure. Every single day is to be happy and to enjoy your life here. And the work isn't the easiest. Sometimes it was really hard. Sometimes I was sweating so much that I couldn't even see out of my eyes, but it was so good for me. It felt so good. It was like running a marathon, and knowing that I could do it at the end. And everything I've learned has been way more beneficial than I realized. I've never farmed before, so I had no experience with this whatsoever. But I think it's really cool. I think I actually have a grasp on what permaculture is. It's not just about farming. It's about the way it's about energy efficiency. It's about sustainable elements. It's about knowing that everything you're using is just enough for you to live and, comfortably. So you're not taking more than you need. We went out to all the natural construction was trees that came from La Cangreja that we replanted, and we saw where they came from. Everything that was used was completely natural. I've seen nothing go to waste. Even beer bottles were cut into glasses and rain catchers. is just a really good experience, and I don't think that there's a way for me to truly describe it except coming here and experiencing it, which is why I'm bringing a group here next year, because there's no way for me to really tell my professor everything I learned, and the only way for me to truly get across what I learned here is by coming back next year and bringing people here to experience it, because there's only so much I can say that would get across. The experience is a lot. You gain a lot more from being here. You gain a lot more from living here. And I even really like the fact that I didn't know the language coming in here, and I really like the fact that everyone speaks Spanish all the time, because I've learned way more Spanish here than I did an entire semester in college. I can actually kind of have conversations now, which is huge. That's a really big deal for me. It's just really exciting. I've learned way more Spanish here. And then the volunteers coming through, the entire concept of volunteers is really cool, because you gain just as much from other people that you meet as the farm itself. So overall, I would say that I had a really good experience, and I'm very confident that I learned more than I came to learn, and I will be coming back next year.